I love fantasy, and I love sci-fi. So, I feel like if Honkai Star Rail was too much like Genshin, then I would want to pick one or the other. Like, if two games are too similar to each other, then you would think, well, why would I play this game when the other one is just a better version of that, right? But because they're different enough, both in like theme, mood, vibe, combat, everything, like every way that really matters, it feels like they're not competing. There's different experiences depending on what your mood is. That's one of the reasons why, like, I think it's usually a really bad idea for games to try to copy another game too much, because what will happen is you're gonna force people to see those comparisons, and you will force them to just pick one that is better, you know? Like, I'll just pick the better version of the exact thing that you're trying to be. That's the problem I see in Wuthering Waves. Yeah, I agree. That is the problem with Wuthering Waves, and that's why, I mean, it's early. Oh my god, I think I got a hair in my eye. It's early on for Wuthering Waves, so they're still in development. They still have time to differentiate themselves more, but I really hope that they do. I hope that they try to embrace more the things that make Wuthering Waves distinct from Genshin, like the darker aesthetic, different mood, different vibe. Honestly, there's some stuff that I think that they should try to make different, make more different, because otherwise they're just gonna doom themselves to like, here's two versions of the exact same thing, or close to the same thing. So and it's even worse trying to do that with a game like Genshin that people have already invested a shitload of time and money into. In some cases, some people don't invest the money into Genshin, but like, there's already, you're fighting a losing battle doing that against a game like Genshin that people have a ton of sunk cost into. So thankfully Honkai Star Rail is not that at all, and I think you'll find that though if you play the game. Like, play Honkai Star Rail for a day or two and you will see that, like, what you got out of it, the experience that you had, is completely different than the way that you would feel in Genshin. It kind of makes me appreciate more the fact that Honkai Star Rail is more on rails, because now I'm thinking, okay, like last night I went to go do my spend my resin in Genshin Impact, and I remember thinking, oh good, like now in Genshin it's gonna be a nice change of pace, because I'll just be able to like roam around and randomly explore huge areas. Like, that's one of the things, the open world is something Genshin does extremely fucking well, and so you can enjoy doing that a whole lot. Another game, which is a completely different thing that what you might be doing in here. So, also the Torghast thing in this game has been awesome. I have enjoyed that quite a bit. It is on rail. Bonkai on rails. Yeah, that's another thing actually about Wuthering Waves. That's one of its strengths, is, again, one of the things that makes it unique, which is the combat. Combat felt really different. Everybody seemed to like the combat, but it feels like that game is not ready anytime soon. Not ready anytime soon. Sir Fafnir, thank you so much for subbing. Appreciate it. The best thing is now you can juggle spending your fuel in Star Rail and your resin in Genshin. I feel like I'm gonna have to, if I'm already whaling in Genshin, I should probably not be whaling in this game. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for them to make competing games. True, true. I'm enjoying the game so much. And I'm really glad that it's written so fucking well. I made a tweet about it yesterday, actually. I did a side quest, which I'm not going to spoil, but I did a side quest yesterday about, like, in general terms, it was about the classic sci-fi dilemma of being a space traveler, and people that you love are gonna be experiencing time differently, and because of that you could be aging way faster. Like, they could be aging way slow, they could be experiencing time way slower because of time dilation than you might. And this is like often explored in sci-fi games and books and stuff because it's based on what we know about relativity. And there's a random side quest about this. It was really beautiful. It was beautifully told. This is a fucking random side quest in a mobile, free-to-play mobile game. Hoyoverse, man. What can I say? Like, Hoyoverse made me question everything I thought I knew about free-to-play gacha games. I mean, they have a bad reputation for a really good reason, because most of them are pretty dog shit. Okay, let's be honest. Like, most of the free-to-play mobile gacha games are there just to, like, pressure you into pay to win, and it's predatory and it sucks. It just fucking sucks. So it's a good... the genre, this type of game has a bad reputation for a good reason. But Genshin and this game are really not like that. I've said it a bunch of times. It's pay to simp. Maybe that's why I haven't wailed in this game yet, because I haven't met a character in this game that I'm simping really hard for yet. But the Birdman's coming in a couple weeks, and I feel like that's a... Basically, none of the male characters have been that evil. That's the issue. Because I remember playing Genshin for the first time, and it wasn't until the scene where Deluxe fucking interrogates the Abyss Mage and threatens him and, like, fucking burns him. And I'm like, oh. Deluxe, I've never seen this side of you before. My goodness, Deluxe, I had no idea. That was probably the first, like, time that I had, a screw come loose in playing Genshin. Sly Pascal says, there used to be a time not too long ago where games failed to deliver on the hype. It makes me slow down and really appreciate how consistent Hoyoverse has gotten with delivery on every front of a game's elements. I really have got so much respect for Hoyoverse after playing through Genshin. Although I'm not even done with Genshin at all. Not by a long shot. But Sumeru was fantastic. Sumeru was so good. Liyue was amazing. And I loved the latter half of Inazuma. So, it's great. It's just enjoyable to go through and read stuff and explore and do stories and things. Child is when I really went off the deep end. The Tartaglia, that's when I really fell off the deep end with Genshin, yeah. That's when it got real bad. It got really, really, really bad. Really bad, y'all. I'll never forget this day. Chat was just like, we've moved beyond down bad. Down horrendous. And that's... It's more fair to have you pressured to spend money because you're simping so hard for a character. That's better, because you know what? That's your fault. That's on you. Really. I mean, that's not the game, like, pushing you because you want to play better. It's not it. That's your fucking fault for simping for anime characters. It's your problem. You have so much stuff in Genshin, and Fontaine is in a few months. I think Fontaine is coming out on my birthday. I'm excited. You feel like they're a company that cares about the games they make. It definitely feels like Honkai Star Rail is a game that has taken everything that they've learned from Genshin Impact, all the good lessons, all the feedback and everything, all the storytelling lessons and used all of that knowledge and all that information to make this game the best it could possibly be. Like, I don't think I've encountered anything in the game so far that I thought, oh, that was kind of half-assed, or oh, that wasn't very good or thoughtful, or I haven't thought that literally every book, every quest, every piece of content I've done in this game so far has felt like really well thought out. Like they they did their best to make it really high quality. Also, Genshin always has event stories every patch to keep you engaged. Yeah, there's like a lot of content coming out all the time too. It's good. Does Genshin still require you to have friends to play with to get through dungeons as the only way to progress the campaign? No, I don't. No, you don't have to do that. I don't think you have to do that. I don't remember anything like that. No. No. Yeah, everyone's asking, is this a superior Hoyo game at the moment? Everyone's asking that. No. No, they're both really good. They're both super good. Do you think Honkai Star Rail resembles any existing game? I mean, not really, because I feel like the turn-based genre of game had been not dead, but not doing that good. Outside of Persona, which Persona is a fantastic game, but I feel like the battles can take a lot longer. It's not really as snappy as the battles in this game. I have ADHD, and so I get bored of things really fast most of the time. And unfortunately, for me, like if the thing takes too long to do, if there's like a million battles that I need to do between point A and point B in the quest, I might lose interest, and it sucks. So I was worried about that with this game, but it's been good. Like the battles are really fast paced. They're fun to do. There's enough there for you to like strategize with. You can build like different teams depending on what you're gonna face, and different synergies between your characters. So it's been snappy. It's been really what's the word? It doesn't drag. Combat doesn't drag like I thought it might. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, turn-based game. I'm gonna be sitting there 5-heading every interaction. And every fight's gonna take me 20 to 30 minutes. But it's really not like that at all. It's pretty smooth. You can just get through it and enjoy the big numbers. And so, I feel like in a best case scenario, modernizing the turn-based style of combat could help revitalize the genre a bit. Because it just feels like a modern, fresh take on the genre, which is amazing. It's awesome. It's awesome. Maybe one time you can play Honkai Impact 3 and see what you like. I don't know anything about Honkai Impact 3. I don't know. I have zero information about it. I don't even know what it is, but people have been mentioning it a lot today. KJK, thanks for the 4-month resub. He said, Star Rail's been really fun so far. I don't like having to roll on a character and their life cones. Also needs a system where we can cancel using an ultimate. Because I can't tell you how many times I've healed at full HP because I keep switching party members around. For being scatterbrained. Maybe you should just, like, stack a lot of energy regen so that you can put out ultimates more. I think Hoyo is a good model for business. It keeps them accountable to produce a quality product. Because if they didn't, then there would be little to no incentive to Gamba. Actually, yeah, I do agree. And this is something that I was talking about with Wuthering Waves the other day. Because, well, Wuthering Waves is still very much in development. I feel like it's not close to release. And so the story is not ready. The story is definitely not written, at least for English, and it's not ready, based on what I had seen in the closed beta. And I remember thinking, like, paying good writers and investing in good writers and good story and good questing is absolutely essential to your gacha, because you need, like, probably one of the most difficult things to do in creative writing is to very quickly write a quest that in the time of that quest, a player will meet a character, give a shit about the character, care about them enough that they would want to invest in that character. You can't just half-ass the writing in your game and expect people to want to spend money on those characters. It just doesn't work like that. These things have to go hand in hand. The writing has to be good enough to make the players care. And that is not easy to do. You actually have to really invest in that. It's very difficult to do that, especially in a short time frame, in a short cutscene. But that's something that they do excel at. It's something that Genshin's done really well. It's something this game is doing pretty well too. So that's awesome. It's like everybody wins, sort of. Players can have an enjoyable experience where they feel attached to the characters and they want to invest because it's fun and they like it and they feel like it's worth it. Not because they feel like, oh fuck, well I've got it, you know? So. You said there is a weakness in Star Rail system. You have a very unbalanced cast at the moment. Like the 5-star healer is the only healer in the game that can revive mid-combat. Oh, the one, Baiju? Do you feel like that's super necessary to have in your team, though? I don't know yet. I'm not doubting you. Like it might be, but I guess it's too early on for me to tell. They definitely value their devs. When Genshin made bank, they bought everyone a PS5, and when Shanghai was locked up, they organized food and supplies for all employees and delivered that. Nice. Revive not necessary. Just don't die. I believe in 6 months people don't even need healer anymore, just like Genshin. So do we know when the next set of heroes are going to come for Honkai Star Rail? Use Natasha. Game is likely to have more healers added. In 20 days. Cool. 20 days, Birdman. 20 days from now, Birdman. That's so nice. Well, unfortunately, I have to wait until Monday. No, not Monday. Next week. It won't be Monday. It'll either be Tuesday night. I don't know. I have to talk with a team what our schedule will be for Honkai Star Rail next week. At least it'll give everybody lots of time to catch up to where I'm at in the story, so that way you won't get spoiled by seeing my reaction next week. But I have to wait quite a bit to come back to it, because we've got last day of Nikita banner on Monday. We got Baiju coming out next week too, so I will have some Genshin stuff to do. On the Discord, we're going to post the schedule over the weekend for next week. Where am I at in the story right now? So I just hit the point where I need level 24 to proceed. I need Trailblaze level 24 to go on from where I'm at. So that is where I'm going to pick up next time I play. Yeah. Monday will be a Genshin day. We'll watch the Baiju trailer thing. And the Kave apparently has a video that we'll watch and stuff. So I'm excited. Fatui, are you ready? Are the Fatui ready? I hope so. I hope so. But yeah, I'm enchanted by the game. I'm trying to think of something negative to say about it, because I know I've been really, really positive. Is there anything negative about the game that I would add about Honkai Star Rail? There's not enough men. We need more men, especially villainous men. You cannot jump. This is a problem. There is also, I guess that, what else? Can't pet a dog, still. That's it. I can't think of anything else right now. There's gotta be something else. I can't think of anything else. The biggest problem I'm having is the best male character is the male main character. He's the coolest, best one. But unfortunately, I'm playing a female main character, so he will never be in my game. That sucks. But that'll change, I'm sure, with time. Level gating stuff. So about the level gating stuff, it's good. I think that it is good. The times that they have put the level gating in the story feel like appropriate moments for that to be there. I think it is good to have breather in your story where you're encouraged to go and explore some of the other game features that you might enjoy much later when you're done with the story. So like times like this, instead of just blazing through the entire thing in one sitting, you can go and look at simulated adventure. You can go and look at, like, unlock the Spiral Abyss thing and do side quests and learn more about how the game actually works beyond just the story. I think it's a pretty good idea. And it's also a time where you can sort of digest everything that's happened up to that point in the story. It doesn't seem to take a ridiculous amount of time to level. It's not that hard to get to the point that you need to be to continue with the story. Because this is what I've been doing. I've been doing a stream where, like, basically what's been happening is I would stream to the point that I had reached that level lock, and then usually that's around the time that the stream would end. Then in the evening I would go and do all the side stuff that would help me level up, and it's been fun. It hasn't felt like a grind. It hasn't felt like a pain in the ass. It's been enjoyable to do that. So I can't really complain about that too much. Just felt like, oh, okay. If it was a huge pain in the ass, though, to get to the level I needed for the next part of the story, I would definitely be complaining. But it's felt fine. Sierra Bug, thanks for the 8-month resub. I think it's good, so that way when you're done with the story, you'll be like, oh, well, what can I do? Well, I already know what to do, because the game introduced me to this stuff already. Have you spent a good amount, or is it rather good? I have spent 0 money on the game. I have not spent any money on the game. And I do not feel like I need to at all. Only thing I was considering spending money on is the battle pass. For, you get the extra reward at the bottom. But I don't need it at all. You can just, like, I was thinking about doing, because I usually do that in Genshin. So I was kind of on the fence about doing that, but I don't feel like I really need it. Just joining in. Is this game like Genshin Impact? Structurally, I'd say yeah, but in terms of everything that makes the game a game, no. No. It will feel familiar in the menus, but actually playing the game will feel different. Feel really different.